I am Patrick Bateman, or at least that's the name on my business card, but behind the flawless smile, the perfect suit, and the expensive cologne, what's really there? Is it confidence or emptiness? Power or fear? A mask or a man? Patrick Bateman is not just a man, he's a mirror, reflecting the emptiness of a culture that values brand names over human souls. He is what happens when success becomes a god and empathy becomes a weakness. In this video, we're going deep into the mind of Bateman. Is it more important to glorify him or to understand him? Because in his madness, we might just find the truth about ourselves. When you first meet Bateman, you see a man who seems to have it all. The luxury apartment overlooking Manhattan, the perfect haircut, the body sculpted at the gym. His life appears to be a checklist of the American dream, completed with precision. But if you look closer, every detail is obsessively curated. His morning routine reads like a ritual of control. Skin cleansers, hundreds of crunches, designer suits. It's not self-care, it's self-construction. Bateman isn't just living, he's manufacturing himself. Why? Because his entire identity depends on maintaining a perfect image. As Jean Baudrillard once said, "We live in a world where there is more and more information and less meaning." Bateman's life is full of information, labels, brands, prices, but devoid of meaning. Psychologically, Bateman shows traits of narcissistic personality disorder, grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. But there's more. There's also the cold detachment of antisocial personality disorder, using others as objects, incapable of true connection. One of his most famous scenes is the business card moment. A group of men compare cards, and Bateman's confidence shatters when someone else's card is slightly better. It's absurd, and yet painfully familiar. How many of us have felt the sting of someone else's success overshadowing our own? From a philosophical perspective, Bateman is a child of postmodern capitalism. Nietzsche might say he is the embodiment of the will to power without any moral compass. Sartre would argue he's living in bad faith, denying his own freedom by hiding behind a role society has given him. But perhaps the most haunting idea comes from Camus, who wrote, "A man without ethics is a wild beast loosed upon this world." Bateman is that beast, dressed in Armani. The world around him enables this. In the 1980s, Wall Street culture, greed wasn't a flaw. It was a virtue. As Gordon Gekko famously said, "Greed is good." Status was currency. Appearances were reality. And in that reality, Bateman's hollow performance went unnoticed, even celebrated. Yet beneath the satire, there's a warning. Bateman's emptiness isn't unique to him. It's a reflection of a society that confuses appearance with worth. We might not own an apartment in Manhattan or wear Valentino suits, but we all perform in some way, on social media, in our jobs, even in our relationships. The danger is when the performance replaces the person, when the mask becomes the face, when we no longer know who we are without the approval of others. So, what do we do with Patrick Bateman? We don't need to glorify him, and we don't need to dismiss him entirely. Instead, we use him as a mirror to ask ourselves, where am I hiding behind a perfect image? Where am I sacrificing authenticity for acceptance? Because the scariest part of Patrick Bateman isn't what he does. It's how close he is to us. If there's one lesson to take away, it's this. Your worth is not in the brand you wear, the title you hold, or the perfection you project. It's in the humanity you choose to keep. And in a world obsessed with appearances, keeping that humanity might just be the most rebellious thing you can do.